All right, guys, we're going to do a showcase video today on the new cards that just dropped, Harlequin and Poison Ivy. So let's take a look at the deck I made, just a casual brew. Excuse my voice, I kind of woke up a little bit of sore throat this morning, so might hear me clearing my throat a little more than usual. All right, what's going on? There we go. Let's title this one Christmas Quinn, so it's going to be a Harlequin. Here's the featured card right here. It says, when played, if played next to Poison Ivy, your Poison Ivy card in hand gains plus 70 this turn. When returned, if you won the turn, your opponent loses 50 power next turn. So pretty strong effect for only 4 mana. So it seems like it would make a good casual type card because it's cheap. So let's check out Poison Ivy's the other card. A little more expensive on this one, which kind of sucks. Wish it was probably more of a 5 drop would have been perfect, I think. So when played, if played between 2 plant life cards, your plant life cards, wherever they are, gain plus 22 until played. So essentially we have 2 options. We can either play it with Harlequin and get the buff on the Poison Ivy plus 70, and then if we win, we get the added effect. Or we can play Poison Ivy between 2 plants. So there's 2 different avenues we can go depending on what is more feasible for us. All right, so aside from that, we've added several plant cards. I added in Ivy, another nice 2-drop. It says, when played, your Holly and Festive Traditions cards in hand gain plus 14 this turn. And then I've added Holly, which says your Ivy and Festive Tradition cards in hand gain plus 14 this turn. So this is why I chose the Christmas theme, because I added both these plants. So we take full effect of the Festive Traditions buff off of these 2 cards. So we've added other cards such as Elf on the Shelf, which says, when played, your Santa Claus, Santa Claus, or Krampus cards in hand gain plus 25 this turn. So because of that, we've added Santa Claus. When drawn, your opponent's cards in hand with 50 or more base power cost plus 1 energy, and until played, and your cards in hand with 40 or less base power cost -1 until played. So that's quite a few of our cards are going to get that -1. We have most of our cards in our deck are under 40 power, which is perfect. Perfect inclusion for that, I think. All right, let's take a look at some of the other cards. We've added Icelandic Cat, another Festive Tradition. When drawn, your opponent's cards in hand cost plus 1 energy this round, so a little taxing. Lord of Misrule, another Festive Traditions. When drawn, 2 random cards in either player's hand lose 15 power this turn, and a random card in your hand gains plus 30 power this turn. So for 3 energies, 55 power, and then a chance that the opponent can lose up to 30. Could be us, though, also losing. So it's kind of a risky card, but makes it fun for a nice randomized effect. We've added the Christmas Cactus. When drawn, your cards in hand gain plus 7 power permanently. So just a nice overall buffing effect. Rose of Jericho, another plant card we've added. When returned, this card gains plus 12 power permanently. And if you lost the turn, this card gains plus 32 power permanently. So a good one to try to play with maybe Ghost and hope we lose the turn. We can get the plus 2 energy, and this card will gain the plus 44, the 12 plus the 32. So it can get kind of big pretty quick. Some other Christmas cards we've added here. Peach Apples. When played, if it's after round 2, your Festive Tradition cards in hand gain plus 22 power for 2 turns. Yule Lads. When played, your opponent's cards in hand lose 15 power this turn, and a random card in either player's hand gains 50 power until played. So sometimes it helps us, sometimes it helps the opponent. It's just another fun random card. Again, this is casual, so that's why we're playing it. Just for some fun decks, some cool cards showcasing. Here's another Festive Tradition card. When played, your Festive Tradition cards in hand gain plus 15 power this turn. Lithops, another plant card. When played, if you're winning the round, your opponent's cards in hand lose 15 power this turn. And if you are losing the round, your opponent's cards in hand lose 25 power this turn. So nice attack on our opponent's cards. Going to debuff them a little bit. We have the Venus Flytrap. When drawn, an opponent's random card in hand locks this turn, and this card gets a buff of plus 20, so that makes it a 3-drop for 45 power. That's pretty decent, and we get a lock on our opponent, so I like that card. Next, we have the Napoleon Bonaparte. Just a good buff card. Give us that added power on our, because we have a lot of cards that are 4 or less base energy. So that's a nice plus 75 on a 3-drop, so you can't beat that. And then finally, Martin Luther King, another 3-drop that can get you up to 60 power, additional power. And then if you won the turn, another energy way to gain. Since it's casual, we definitely need a couple cards such as Ghost and MLK to give us that added energy so we can play our combo, Harlequin and Poison Ivy, since it's a 10-cost combo to play both those together, or to play Poison Ivy and 2 plants on either side, which the cheapest would be these 2 at the bottom, so that is also a 10-drop combo, so we need that energy. All right, so let's go check this deck out in action. You guys can see how she does. It's been hit or miss. I played a couple games. I lost one against a Drain deck, which this deck is not going to play well against a Drain deck. I can already tell you up front. Definitely not going to win it. I actually kept up with it, but it just outpowered me. As always, it's a good time to say if you guys enjoy the content and you want to keep seeing it, please subscribe, shoot me a like, comment, just anything to keep me going. That's what, keeps my interest in it, and makes me know you guys are enjoying the content and you're liking it. So if you don't, I just don't see why I might make the videos anymore. All right, so here we go. We drew a couple cards. We got our Harlequin. We can't play it yet. We don't have our Poison Ivy. So I'm thinking Napoleon Bonaparte and Yule Lads. Let's see if we get that plus 50 on one of our cards. Nice. It triggered itself, so that's good. Jumping out to that nice early lead. Alright, we got an Elf on the Shelf. Now he combos with the Center Claws if we can draw it. And the Ivy combos with the Holly. So there's several combos in this deck. So fun little deck. A lot of different combos, a lot of ways to play your cards in this deck. Makes for a neat experience. If you guys just want fun, casual decks like I do, this one's one of the better ones. So we've got our Harlequin and Poison Ivy here, so I might just play one card and just hold my energy here. I think we're going to win if he's just playing one card. So no reason to burn a bunch of energy there. Now, next turn, I can play this Poison Ivy Harlequin combo. You guys can see it in action. We want to win the turn, so let's go ahead and also play this Elf on the Shelf. Give us our best chance at that. Good thing we did, because his Pocahontas and John Smith also wants to win the turn to take advantage of that energy buff. So he didn't get that, which is good for us. He's also see how it triggered minus 50 on him now for next turn. So he's going to have to combat that now. This might be a good time just to play Rose of Jericho by itself. See if he can win this. No, he probably won't because that minus 50. Let's not do that. Let's wait on that. Yeah, because I would have won the turn there. I want to try to get that Rose of Jericho losing the turn. So maybe we do it like this. Yeah, hopefully that's more than 75 he's playing there. Of course it's not. Our opponent's struggling a little bit. That was unfortunate. I really wanted to trigger both those cards and still win the round. All right, on to round 3. Doing good so far. Looks like our opponent's just got a deck that's a little too expensive. He's not able to play a lot of these cards. And I'm taxing him on top of it, which is making it even worse for him. So it's after round 2, so our festive traditions are going to get a buff. Probably shouldn't have played Lithops there. I didn't think about it, but because it was round 1 and we were tied, I didn't get the effect on that. So that was a misplay on my part, if anybody saw that. So we drew our Venus flytrap, so we want to play it now. On the turn it draws. Let's do our MLK and our Napoleon Bonaparte. Actually, I'm going to move them like this. Our Center Claw is up to 100. Oh, that's probably because of the buffs, huh? Yeah. I was like, how did that happen? All right, so this might be the last turn of the game here. Let's go out with some fun here and do a Yule Lads, a Mary Laud, and a Iceland Yule Cat. That should do it for us. So that's the deck, guys. As you can see, it did its job. It won. Like I said, I kept my curve low. So you saw my cards are all mostly cheap cards, so I was able to play 2 and 3 cards most turns, unless I chose not to on purpose there. Like I think one turn I chose not to play multiple cards. I just played 1 card. So I had enough to play the Harlequin combo. So it seems to be a strong combo if you can get it, but again, it's expensive. The 10 energy and casual can be quite a bit. But aside from that, yeah, that's the deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. Again, if you like the content, please subscribe, shoot me a like, comment. If you guys got any deck ideas or cards you'd like to see showcased, just let me know, please. And I'm always looking for ideas. It does get tough coming up with new decks over and over and over by yourself. So any help or anything you guys can say, hey, why don't you try to make a deck with, these 5 cards or something. And then, I'll something to test me and put me through the ringer with. I'll see what I can come up with. But all right, guys, thanks for watching.